if you love crowd, if you love to explain yourself, what you have within to the world, then you're a very good speaker. If that is so you're thinking, then we are wrong. If you're very good in English, our fluency in English is too good, then we can become a good orator. Again, the thought is wrong. The third one, if you're very comfortable in understanding and delivering the speeches, and if we are going to have this kind of practice going with public speaking in the early ages, and if we have many practices after every year and so many years of practice, then the public speaking, the person becomes a very good public speaker. Again, the myth is wrong. So what is public speaking? How to overcome the nervousness? How we have to take care of ourselves when we are with the people around? How we can give our information, what we think within. So this is how we are going to have a person, an eminent speaker today with us, Ms. Veena Harwani. Let me introduce her. Ms. Veena Harwani, she was in RJ in UAE and have worked for Middle East Research and Consultancy Group in Dubai. Having over 15 years of working experience, also have conducted various webinars during COVID and have catered over 1,000 participants on virtual public speaking, functional English, goal setting, impromptu speaking, have been moderator for various events virtually and physically. Now training for radio jockey and anchoring, public speaking, communication skills, personality development. So ma'am, this stage is all yours. You can motivate us and you can encourage us and make us to remove the fear of public speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gayatri. That was very sweet of you, and that was a wonderful introduction from you. And yes, you have given an amazing example that even while ordering a pizza, many people just get confused as to, oh my God, what exactly did I say? Did I say that right? I mean, so many questions coming in mind. Public speaking does not only happen when you have a large number of audience. You could also be a speaker when you have a handful of people around. You could also be a great speaker when you have just 2 or more people around. Probably you are in a family gathering, probably you are in a meeting, wherever, whenever, everyone has to somehow, one way or the other, have to speak in front of a small gathering or a large gathering. Now, public speaking is often mistaken like, you have to have your voice tonal quality always good. No, it's not that. It is the way you present yourself. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar, a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of us. I mean, all of you all who have connected us from the various part of the world across the globe. And this is really amazing. And I would like to mention public speaking itself is one element of soft skills, which is extremely important, which includes part of communication also. What is communication? When one speaks, another one hears, whereas public speaking is something similar, but it happens at a great level. So let's start with today's show, that is public speaking. I'll just share my screen here, just a moment, please. Just waiting for the screen to load. The technical errors sometimes still happen. Here we are. ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we will learn the art of public speaking. But
Hello,
you're
ma'am.
not able to impart your education. Am I audible?
हाँ मैम, थोड़ा सा बीच में स्टक हो गया था. प्लीज गो.
Ji, thank you so much. So, the art of public speaking, ladies and gentlemen, one way or the other, even if we have abundance of knowledge in life, but we are not able to impart our education or our knowledge, what is the point of speaking? Or what is the point of having so much of knowledge when you're not able to actually give away that knowledge? In Hindi, there is a wonderful saying that "Gyan baatne se hi gyan badhta hai," which means the more you spread knowledge, the more knowledgeable you become. So let's move on to slide 2. Now, what exactly is public speaking? First of all, I would like to mention here the human mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. So, guys, keep your learning windows always open because the learning windows, once they're open, you're able to absorb all the amazing knowledge that will really help you to achieve your goals and to attain your goals easily and really professionally in life. What is it? What exactly is public speaking? Yes, public speaking does not necessarily mean you're giving an actual speech. No. Do you think I'm giving you a speech at the moment? Do you think so? I don't think so because I have a lot of modulation in my voice. I have a lot of expression and I have given life to the words that I'm actually delivering to you guys today. Public speaking can also include activities like leading a meeting. Of course, अगर आप meeting में, if you are in a meeting and you're not able to impart your knowledge or maybe your ideas to the company, what is the point having a large, abundant knowledge with you? Just don't keep it with yourself. Share your knowledge. You become more knowledgeable, and then great ideas and discoveries and innovations come through them. Giving a sales pitch, probably you have to give a brief about a particular product. Maybe you want to sell a product, so you should have that knack of giving that sales pitch or telling a story in front of a small group. Now, public speaking also is really wonderful. If you have a story to tell to someone or maybe to a large number or small number of audience, it really becomes impressive. I really believe in that. And you guys, when you experience, you'll start believing in it too. Any situation in which you are the primary communicator in front of a group of two or more people can be considered as public speaking. As I said, guys, when you have two or more people around, definitely you become an excellent orator and your oration just becomes amazing and mind blowing. Moving on to the next slide. Now, what matters the most actually is how you see yourself. Do you think the king of the jungle, the lion, why is he called the king of the jungle? Have you ever thought that? Guys, if you have the right perspective about yourself, you just become what you think. So think confident, feel confident, and behave confident, and just rock the stage with the right public speaking skills we discussed today further. Now, how to actually become a great orator, a good public speaker? How do you become like that? So, first of all, you need to overcome your fear and anxiety. Many people, do you know, guys, the fact of life after death, the greatest fear, the second greatest fear on earth is public speaking. I have seen many of the individuals, whenever I had invited them on stage, they always used to say, "Oh my God, I don't know what am I going to say. Why did you just invite me? How am I going to just perform myself? You should have told me earlier. I mean, I haven't prepared anything. How will I speak with confidence?" So many questions come in mind at that particular time. But once you overcome that fear and anxiety, The first thing most people need to do this is to go off the fear and anxiety caused by public speaking. And then there are many techniques that you can use to overcome your fear of public speaking. So find that what works for you, because there are various ways where you can start eliminating fear from your life. You can start eliminating that anxiety from your life the moment you're asked to become an orator or speak on particular topic on something. And then the next thing that you can actually apply is practice. Now, when I say practice, practice actually we need in all the fields, but also in public speaking. Many a times people just fumble on stage with the words. They just start, getting confused. Oh my God, did I say that right? Taking large pauses? No, you need to take pauses, but the minimal pauses, not the large ones for a longer time. And then, much like everything else in life, the more you practice, the better you become. Not only will practicing make you a better speaker, it will also give you confidence and help you overcome your fear and anxiety. Take every opportunity. You can speak in front of others, whether it is in front of your family, as I said, even in front of your family. When you have an idea, you need to have that art of keeping your say in front of them, so that you're recognized, your maybe instructions or idea is being recognized and is pointed out. And even friends or a group club or a class. So you need practice, and repetition is the key to successful public speaking. Now, it is like make it about your audience. Guys, always you have something to tell to the audience. Probably you need to send a message, or you need to impart some education, or you need exchange of thoughts along with your audience. So whatever it is you are speaking on should benefit your audience. It should definitely benefit the audience in some or the other way. Probably you are just probably giving them a message. And I'll tell you guys, words can move mountains. Now today I'm using the words that can actually motivate you as a public speaker. Many part of the world, people use the words maybe for the wrong things, but the right selection of the words can move mountains. And so, guys, have the right selection of words always. Whatever it is you're speaking on should benefit your audience, while it may be about you, but the goal should be to bring value to your audience or communicate a point. So be sure to engage with the audience and focus on helping them. This will help take the focus of you and make it more about helping the audience. And the next point here is set your expectations beforehand. So you need to evaluate what exactly your expectations are supposed to be. Understand what your goal is and accept that you won't satisfy everyone. Obviously, in all parts of the world, you maybe even two brothers or two sisters are there. If one message is given, they might have diverse thoughts about it. So you cannot expect all the entire audience to really like you and just hoot for you and all. You need to take up criticism gracefully, all right? Everyone is not going to fall in love with you. You have to take the reality in hand. So set your expectations beforehand. Understand what your goal is and accept that you won't satisfy everyone. Anytime you're giving a speech or presentation of any kind, there are always going to be people in the audience that don't want you to be there. And you will see it on their faces. Probably you'll have those funny expressions on their faces. Maybe they're scratching their head or the nose, or they're having different, sort of body language, which might deviate you. But guys, you need to work on your distractions. Despite of all these distractions, you need to rock your speech on stage. So it's good to go with a mindset that not everyone will enjoy it. That way, it doesn't throw you off the guard, but your main goal should be communicating a message in a way that brings value to as many people as possible. Moving on. Guys, it's always a good idea to make slides, in order to have a better explanation and a demonstration about the topic that you really want to impart with. So it can be helpful to make slides to present your topic. This can help guide you and your audio visuals to follow. It is important that you keep the slides simple. Yes, guys. Now, many a times, people have those complicated slides. There's so many pictures there. People are just trying to figure out like what exactly is this slide trying to say. So slides need to be simple yet crisp. All right. So keep the slides simple and clean though, so that your audience doesn't get distracted. And don't memorize a presentation. Now, whenever you're presenting something, don't sit and memorize. The audience shouldn't feel you're just reading something. You're just reading a newspaper to them. They could have done that at home as well. So they want some emotions, some expressions with your tonal quality, with the selection of the words and the way, the confidence that the way you're going to present it. So unless you take enough time to practice and make it sound unscripted, don't ever make the audience feel that everything is scripted, because that just lose the originality, the essence of the particular speech or the public, speaker itself. That they start losing a bit of credibility probably. So the audience wants to hear your authenticity, which is difficult when you are reciting lines directly of a slideshow. So many a times, the audience are really smart. It just takes them 5 seconds to actually check out like how confident you are. You guys also must have, sort of observed when you had been for probably a show or someone who's come on stage to speak or something. It just takes 5 seconds for us to evaluate, like, oh my God, this guy doesn't look confident enough. Do you think he's going to rock? So many questions come in our mind, right? So it varies from audience to audience. So exercise and practice your breathing in order to give a presentation. Now, this is really important. You need to exercise the right knack of breathing. If you're just gasping like, oh my God, I just need to finish this presentation somehow, guys, that doesn't work. So whenever you're doing a presentation, do it with your ease, with patience, and with clarity, and with 100% focus. So in order to give a great presentation, you need to sound confident, exercise, and proper breathing technique. Now, before I would just give a small tip over here. Whenever you start to stand on the stage and start your speech, or whenever you're talking in front of a smaller or handful audience, remember one thing: you need to breathe deeply and feel relaxed and balanced. Now, that will help you to give confidence and allow you to speak loud and clear instead of with a shaky or a nervous voice. Suppose you're feeling nervous on stage, that will exactly show on your voice, that will reflect from your voice, that will reflect from your eyes. You need to make that real good eye contact. Maybe for a few seconds, you see one individual, or for a few seconds, you see another individual, rather than just looking at one particular pillar right in front of you. That's not going to do good to you, not at all to your presentation as well. And then you need to slow down. Now, I have seen many presenters, whenever they come on stage, they are just waiting. Oh my God, I just need to get off this. I just need to finish this off as soon as possible. Guys, things don't work like that. You will not be able to send the right message to the audience around. So when you are presenting, try to slow down a little. When we get nervous or excited, we tend to start talking too fast or forget how to breathe, even without noticing. So consciously take the time to slow down your talking and take pauses for both dramatic effect. Now, many times, just take those pauses dramatically. They do it deliberately just to catch up the attention of the audience, before they are about to speak maybe a phrase or probably an idiom that's related to a particular thing. They just take a little pause to just catch up the attention of the audience, to control your breathing. So use effective body language. Now, guys, there is one more thing: not only your words, but your body language speak louder than your words, maybe 1,000 times better than what you're going to say. It's just 7% of your words. And it's more than that, is that your body language speaks. Probably, that's called the non-verbal language, and that's your body language. Your body language tells a lot about you while you're on stage. It's important to use your body language to project confidence and to engage the audience, while you don't want to use it too much, right? Now, many people have these fears of public speaking. You guys also probably must have come across many people as such, because I have. So probably you guys also must, maybe in your office or maybe at home. The fear that many people have, what is it? They probably think that, oh my God, I've never given a speech before. So how am I going to do that? How will this really rock? How can I just impress everybody with my language? I don't think that's going to happen. They just fill their thoughts with negativity. Guys, you need to eliminate that from your head. And then, many a times people do have that. Probably they might not like me. Why do you disappoint yourself right at first time? You need to just relax and just do your best. And then it's the later part when you have to actually evaluate people are liking or disliking you, right or not. If you agree with me, please comment in the comment box as well, simultaneously along with our show. And then people have another fear in their mind, like, what if I fail? What if I just don't do well? What if I just fail with the word? What if I just fail with my tonal quality? How am I just going to do that? I mean, I don't think that it's going to be really tough for me. So many things come in their mind. Another fear that they have is I'm not good at speaking in the groups. Whenever I speak in the groups, I really make a fool of myself. Now, that is a notion a person just makes by himself or herself. It doesn't apply otherwise. Guys, do not have that notion in your head that you're just going to fail or you're not good at speaking. Everyone can be a good public speaker. Everyone can be an amazing orator. Now, maybe I may make fool of myself. Now, people really quickly have that notion. I don't know why they just preset with everything that yeah, I might make fool of myself, and people might think like, oh my god, this idiot, this twerp, I don't know why is he on stage, guys. Before people think, you do not have to get those things in your head. That is the later part. Just give your 100%. Just give your 100% and just go for it. Now, how do you launch yourself as a public speaker? Do you know that? Yes, you need to keep some small guidelines in your head. First of all, you need to know your audience. Suppose if the audience are like small kids, maybe they're small children. So what happens is you're not going to talk something that's, like jargon of words and all that just goes above their head. All the all the performance will go in vain. And then the second thing you need to launch as a public speaker is you need to rehearse, and just rehearse. I'll just share a small example. When I was an RJ in Dubai, I had this celebrity in my studios, and he was an established celebrity. I would say he was a radio jock here in India, but he had come to Dubai for a visit, and we had interviewed him on our in our studios. So I just asked him, sir, could you tell me the secret behind your success? How do you enter the studios? Do you just mug up everything? Do you just really memorize everything? How do you just take up your show ahead with great success? Do you guys know what he told me? He told me, even at this point of time, being ultimate successful, I always rehearse myself till date. Guys, his name is Amin Sayani. You can check on YouTube. He's an amazing RJ. Once upon a time in India, I would rather say he was the first RJ. He is a radio icon in India. Now, practice with distractions. Now, many times whenever you are, as a narrator, people are speaking, people are doing this and that, you just get distracted, right? Maybe someone is just scratching their head or someone is just on the phone. Guys, do not get distracted. Just do your best with confidence. Need not get distracted with that. And then you need to know your environment. In what ambience are you going to speak? How is going to impact? How is it going to impact? What creativity will it bring to the audience? Or what value can it bring to the audience? You need to know the environment. And then the first thing and the foremost thing I would really highlight this point is you need to practice in front of the mirror. Believe me, guys, it works wonders. Because I have tried, I always tell all of my students to do that. As an orator, this really helps you utterly. You need to practice in front of the mirror so that you can catch up with the expressions, with your tonal quality, and with the right image that you are going to present in front of the audience. Also, take every opportunity to speak. Do not just get laid back, like, I know what to say, but I'm not going to say that. No. Take up every opportunity to speak so that you create an impact in front of the people around you. Now, for the effective public speaking, you need to take care of the 3 V's. That's verbal, vocal, and visual. Now, verbal are the words that you're verbally going to deliver. Vocal is your tonal quality, the way, the tone, the pace that you are going to speak up in front of the audience. And the visual is what is really important, because the way you look, confident, not confident, that matters much better than your words. Now, let's have a look at this particular thing. Now, effective public speaking actually has verbal, vocal, and visual. As you can see, verbal is the message that we deliver, voice is that what we convey, and our body language is visual, how the people see you, the way you dressed up for an occasion as a speaker. Many things matter. Now, we'll just discuss further. Now, think before you speak, because your reputation is linked with your words. Why do we say mind your language before you say anything? Maybe it could hurt someone's sentiments. Maybe it can create a disaster. Maybe it can even make up relationships. So guys, just think before you speak so that your reputation is always linked with your words. Moving on to the next slide. Now, the verbal communication, the do's and the don'ts are really important. Now, verbal communication do's are supposed to be they're helpful, they should be encouraging, and they should be helpful to the audience, whom you're catering to. And it should be appreciative to ensure joy and happiness. Now, as an orator, you should not, as a public speaker, you should not just make others feel offended, or you should not hurt their sentiments. It should create a crisp atmosphere, maybe a slight of sense of humor can, just highlight your show as well. And the things that you're not supposed to do are prejudice against gender. Never make those differences on the gender base or the language or the religion. You might hurt someone, maybe intentionally or unintentionally. So it is not a good idea to take up those topics that can, hinder the thoughts of gender, language, or religion. Also, the topic that you take should not be at all argumentative. It will divide the people, and we are not here to divide. We are here to unite, guys. So effective public speaking, the vocal thing, the features that are really important is vocal teaches everything about a spoken message except the words themselves, such as the tone of the voice or the pace of the pitch. I'll give you a small example quickly right after I just get through this slide. Now, your voice and the quality, volume, pitch, the rate of delivery, everything is absolutely important, even the pronunciations. And even the pauses are aspects of vocalizers. Now, for example, if I say, this bottle is mine, right? It is just a simple sentence and I do not have any emotions related to it. But if I'm extremely happy, how do I say that? The same sentence I'm going to say like, oh my God, this bottle is mine. All right? It's just one sentence, but with a different emotion. Now, suppose if I'm angry and I have to say that this bottle is mine, how would I go for it? That's called voice modulation, just a little glimpse of voice modulation. And I'm going to say, this bottle is mine. So the sentence is the same, but the way you actually emote your expression is actually different. So the way you deliver things are extremely different, So that's what I call as creativity. Creativity is something that you do the same thing, but in an absolute creative way. Now, do you know, guys, the impact? Now, the table or the graph that you can see on the screen is really, really, you can say it has been researched. It's a research-based graph, which you might have also seen a lot on the internet. Now, your verbal presentation is just 7%. Your non-verbal or your vocal is 38%. Your visual is 55%, and that makes you total 100%. So, guys, 55% of your visual, 38% of your vocal, and just 7% of the words that you're using. So guys, your image makes a larger, why do we always say your first impression is your last impression? Because the first impression, the way you're dressed up, the way your posture, the way your gestures, that really make a marked improvement, that make a marked difference in your personality and also as a public speaker. Now, a simple do's and don'ts of public speaking is do always use easy to understand words. If you're using jargon of words which are just going above the head of the audience, your energy goes in vain and it doesn't give any value to the audience as well. And you need to speak clearly and audibly. Also make the right eye contact. When I say eye contact, doesn't mean you start staring at the audience. That gives a wrong notion. You just need to just give them a small glimpse, maybe for a few seconds to one, few seconds to the other, and probably a few seconds to the third one. And that's create the right eye contact. Do not stare. The eye contact just means to have a gentle look at somebody. Yes, moving on to the next slide. And then here are the don'ts which you're supposed to take care. Do not use technical jargon, as I just told you. Don't speak too fast or too slow. Suppose you're just going too fast, just like, I don't know what, you just, having a wrap around here, things don't work. Or you need not be so slow that people are just off to sleep or something. You just have to have the right pace of your words and your presentation. While speaking, don't stick your eyes to just one object, as I just told you. Never just stick your eyes to one object. Suppose there's a pillar right in front of you. You're not supposed to just stare at the pillar and compete with your presentation. Things don't work like that. Just have the right and gentle eye contact with everyone around you. And thank you so much for this one.